Yo, what's good, my peoples? It's your boy, Big Chris, aka the Countdown Animator, and I'm here to bring you another WWE SmackDown and NXT review. No TNA today, didn't get a chance to watch it this week, so let's get it started. So you get NXT, which happened on the, let's see, 4th of September 2014, and they start off with the it's NXT Takeover is coming next week, so this is your go home show, the NXT Takeover, and they start off with the match between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, your NXT Divas champion. And these two pretty have an okay match where Charlotte ends up winning with the bow down to the Queen. I would say that Alexa Bliss is really fast and has a lot of spunk to her, and she looks really pretty the way she is and her size and everything, but she's still really rough around the edges and really green and stuff. So hopefully with more work she can get past that. But I think she's okay, and she's actually a lot better than girls like the Bellas and stuff like that as far as how she moves around in the ring. She just felt a little bit of off and green here, and you can really tell it with Charlotte, who has a little bit of greenness to herself still. But they had a pretty chill match, and you get Charlotte, who picks up the win here after bow down to the Queen. Then after that, you get Bayley who comes out and basically tells Charlotte to take her as a serious competitor and to shake her hand. And you get Charlotte, who mushes her in the face. Then Bayley attacks her and hits her with the belly to Bayley. And that's how you end that segment. And I thought it had Bayley looking really good there, and making sure that she comes out, says that she's a serious competitor against Charlotte, and get Charlotte to do some heelish stuff to her, and then finally get some move from Bayley to make her look strong coming out. So I thought that looked pretty good, and ready to see them go down at NXT Takeover. So after that, you get Kalisto and Sin Cara, who's in the backstage segment, and you basically get Sin Cara, who starts talking in Spanish, and Kalisto's translating for him, and they're basically talking about facing the Vaudevillains tonight and facing the possible ascension at the NXT Takeover. So you get them going through their promo and stuff like that, and one's talking in Spanish, the other one's translating, and at the end, Sin Cara says, "Thank you very much, and hope to win the tournament and stuff like that." So average promo between these two guys. I really do like Kalisto. He has a lot of energy to him, and you can tell there's something there with him. It just, they need to find out who his character is and stuff like that. I heard people saying they don't want to hear him talk, but I actually want to hear him find a character and find what Rey Mysterio had, because I think that he's the guy that can be that next level for them, because he does speak English, and he can move forward with what they're giving him. After that, you get your first of several backstage interviews for the guys that's in the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT title, and it starts off with what's his name? I'm tripping right now. Tyler Breeze. I'm tripping. I don't know why, but it starts off with Tyler Breeze. And you basically get Tyler Breeze saying that none of the other guys has his looks, has his ability, and they're not going to be able to beat him because he is the Prince Pretty, he is the gorgeous, and stuff like that. So pretty okay promo from him. Then you get into his match, and he's facing Ty Dillinger, I believe the dude's name is. Yeah, Ty Dillinger. He was in a tag team with Jason Jordan, but you don't get to see this guy a lot. But he's facing Ty Dillinger, and he basically goes for shares offense with the guy, then hits the beauty shot for the win. So basically, that's what it is for the all night. You get a bunch of matches with the guys in a Fatal 4-Way facing off against guys that's later in the night. So after that, you get a really funny little sketch segment with Enzo and Cass, and basically they're going to this hair salon, and they're meeting this other diva, Carmella, and they're getting this hair removal cream from her, and it's funny things. And you have one part where they're joking with each other, talking about each other's mom, and you get Big Cass calls Enzo's mom a Sasquatch, and he goes, "Wait, what's a Sasquatch?" Dude, he throws it off. So I thought it was pretty funny here. They end up inside the hair salon, and they get a dog in there some way, and the hair removal cream get on the dog, and that happens and stuff like that. It's online. Go check it out. It's pretty funny, but I thought this was an okay segment. Pretty funny for what it was. So after that, you get another interview with Tyson Kidd, and I really did like his segment here, where he's basically going, there's a guy in the match that is from Canada, and it's this and that and stuff like that. And he's basically saying what each guy in the match is, but after that he goes, and that all is me. And there's just I'm facing these other guys, but everything that he's saying is like there's a guy in the match that's from this, and there's a guy in the match that can do this, and there's a guy in the match that can do that, and then there's a guy in the match that fought in the dungeon. That's all me, and there's these other guys in the match. Like he's saying that everything that they have is him. So I like that a lot, and the way he pulled it off. I wish they would have dropped a fact in there, let him say fact or something like that. But I thought his promo was the best one of all the guys, and I thought it was pretty chill. So then you get a match between him and Adam Rose. The match was okay for itself. You get some offense from Adam Rose, and you basically get Tyson Kidd who puts him to the sharpshooter and actually makes him tap with this. So not a rare loss for Adam Rose and a rare win with a sharpshooter from Tyson Kidd. So okay match for what it is, and you get something out of it. Just another win for Tyson Kidd. So after that, you get some promos for NXT TakeOver. But the thing here is, you get a big promo with Kenta saying that he's going to be at NXT TakeOver. He's going to make his debut at NXT TakeOver. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go with this, because they've already did the whole contract signing with him in Japan. And then they did his first little interview on YouTube with him and Funaki. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with the whole Kenta being on the TakeOver show, and how they're going to make him interact with whoever, and whether or not he's actually going to, do some movement and fighting there. So after that, you get another interview promo with Sami Zayn, and this time he's talking about how he wants to end an NXT title, but he doesn't want to just pin anybody. He wants to pin the NXT champion Neville, because that way he can make it sure that he is the guy and he is the winner. So I thought, okay promo from him, just average at best. He gets into his match and he takes on Marcus Louis, and a pretty okay match, sharing a little bit of offense here, and you basically get Sami Zayn who picks up the win using a Kofi clutch. So okay match from them. Then you get the Cass and Enzo, who come out and they attack Sylvester Lefort, and they're trying to get the cream onto him, but he dodges it and doesn't get it to happen. So okay little segment between those guys, and just bringing up more tension into the hair versus hair match. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. I did not like the fact that the announcers were playing as they didn't know what was in the bucket, when we just saw a promo skit from earlier showing what was in the bucket. So I didn't like that, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go from there, and interesting to see how they play up this match. After that, you get another promo segment, another promo interview segment with your NXT champion, Adrian Neville. And with this one, you get Adrian Neville, who basically says that he's been through a lot of matches. He's been on basically every NXT special event, and he's done a lot his short time here, and what he wants to do now is have one of the biggest matches, which is the Fatal 4-Way match for him. So he just says he wants a new challenge every time, and bigger challenges. So okay promo from him, and he gets into a match with CJ Parker, and CJ Parker's holding up a sign that says Fossil Fuels, and the fuel is crossed out, it says Fossil Fools. So whatever sign from CJ Parker. I like that he's trying to make him funnier, but it's whatever from him. But you get into the match between those two, and the match is okay. You get CJ Parker hits a little bit of offense. He did have a nice little spin kick onto Adrian Neville, but the speed from Adrian Neville here is really good. Just him going all around the ring and stuff like that, and he hits his red arrow for the win. Just the guy is very fast, so I really did like that from him. So after that, you get your final match, your main event, which is the final chapter of the NXT Tag Team Titles tournament, and it's the the Vaudevillains versus Lucha, Sin Cara and Kalisto. So you get this match, and it's basically both teams going at each other. They did play up to a lot of the speed and just the whole just the compatibility of Lucha and everything that they're doing, but they did get into some stuff with the other team and showing their strength and stuff like that. I would have to say this one thing is that the crowd really isn't into Lucha. They're more into the Vaudevillains, and they're more into the Ascension. Hopefully they can find something to do at the NXT TakeOver to get them into them, but it really wasn't that much. So you did get Kalisto, who looked very good here, very fast, hitting a lot of good moves. He hits his finisher, Del Rey Soul or something like whatever they call it, and then he tags in Sin Cara, and Sin Cara hits the senton or whatever they call it, and picks up the win from that. So they're moving on to the NXT Takeover to face the Ascension for the titles. Pretty chill match here, nothing too big from it. I say that the crowd kind of took away from it because they weren't really into the match at all, but you did have Sin Cara and especially Kalisto that looked really good here. So after the match, you get the Ascension, who come out, have a big stare down with Kalisto and Sin Cara, raise the titles, and you have the crowd chanting "Ya" at the end. So you get a little bit of lucha chants in the crowd, but the "Ya" chants were very much overbuilding of that. So it's going to be interesting to see this match and where they go from that. And that takes me into my NXT TakeOver predictions. And you start off with the tag team title match, the Ascension versus Lucha. And for me, I think the Ascension is going to move up, and they're going to pass the belts on to Sin Cara and Kalisto here. I'm hoping for a good match, and I'm hoping that they play off the whole thing of, these guys being the underdogs, and they're coming out with a win off of the edge of their teeth and basically beating out the Ascension here. And I pick that Lucha is going to pick up the win here and be your new tag team title holders. So next you get the hair versus hair match, Sylvester Lefort versus Enzo Amore. I most definitely see Enzo winning here. I think they're going to shave Sylvester's head and get him off of that. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with his character if they do shave his head, but I see Enzo winning here. He has to win. So yeah, I think his hair is too much his character, and I don't really know if he'll look good bald either. But yeah, I think the face is going to win here, and Sylvester's going to get his head shaved. So next you get a match that wasn't really hyped tonight. Mojo Rawley versus Bull Dempsey. I see Bull winning here. I think they're more hyped on Bull. They're more hyped on Bull and less hyped on Mojo right now. I don't think they have everything for him, and I don't think they're really feeling him right now. But yeah, I think they're very much feeling Bull, and I think that he'll actually work on the main roster more than Mojo will, just from playing up him as a really tough heel. After that, you get your Divas title match, your NXT Divas title match, which is your title holder Charlotte versus the challenger Bayley. I really want to say Bayley's going to win here, but because there's not a lot of heels on the show right now, and Charlotte and Sasha Banks is really the only two heels. I see Charlotte winning here, and I choose Charlotte to win here. And she's going to pick up the win here. And I think they're just going to have a really good match, a lot of back and forth, and it's going to be really close. And you may get one more match out of this, but I see Charlotte winning here and probably moving on to either Alexa Bliss or one of the other NXT divas that's down there. But yeah, I see her, Charlotte, picking up the win here. And finally, you get your main event for the show, NXT TakeOver, which is going to be a fatal four-way match. Adrian Neville, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Sami Zayn. And I really do see Tyson Kidd picking up the win here. I think Neville's can be fine without the championship. He kind of needs to build up his promo skills more. But I do really think that, if you really want to get the show over and to get a really good heel that can make somebody get a really good chase out of getting back the title, I think Tyson Kidd is the perfect heel for this. And you can get a really good chase between, or a really good series between him and Neville. So that's my predictions for NXT and NXT TakeOver. And let's go to SmackDown, which happened on the 5th of 2014, September. And you start off the show with John Cena coming out, making a rare SmackDown appearance. He comes out, talks about how, he's tired of people judging whether or not he's ready to face Brock Lesnar again. You get the Authority members come out, and they start talking about, that John Cena's maybe in a mid-career crisis, and, he's hyping himself up too much, and he may not be able to be ready for this. John Cena comes back at them, talking shit to them. Then you get Roman Reigns, who comes out, says some things to them about, he's going to get them and stuff like that. They come back and say that, we're not going to face you tonight. We got a challenger for you, and that's the Wyatts. Then after that, you get these guys to come out. Jericho and the World's Strongest Tag Team come out, and it looks like it's going to be a big old thing between all of them. And then you get Triple H, who comes out in an awkward moment. He starts rep. He starts channeling Teddy Long, and he creates a big 10-man tag team match and starts doing holla holla and play and stuff like that. And then at the end, he plays Teddy Long's song. So that was a little weird and stuff, and it was whatever for what it was. Whatever opening segments, and just to get Triple H to come out and make a big tag team match between all the guys. So it was an average segment at best. After that, you get a match between Cesaro and Ziggler, and you got Sheamus on commentary. I thought the match itself was okay. A lot of moves back and forth between Cesaro and Ziggler, just them going at each other, and you get Ziggler who ends up hitting the roll up for the win here. And then after that, you get Cesaro who attacks Ziggler. I thought the match was okay. I thought, they had a lot of back and forth with each other, and, just them going at each other. I really did like that. Even though Ziggler got the roll-up pin, that Cesaro went after him and started beating him up. So I thought that was a good look for him. And after that, you get Sheamus who runs into the ring, throws his belt at Cesaro, then hits him with a bro kick. So a little bit more tension between those guys as well. So I really did like that too. After that, you get Stardust and Goldust cut a promo, basically showing that they're pissed off about what's happened with them and the Usos, and they go and say that they're having a match between them at the Night of Champions, and that they're going to take them out with a win there. So, okay, backstage segment between these guys, nothing too big from it, just them showing anger for what's been happening for them recently. After that, you get the Usos who come out, and you got one of the Usos on the crutches because of everything that's been happening to his leg. They come out and they're facing, and that Uso is facing Heath Slater. They go into a match. Heath Slater gets a little bit of offense at the beginning. Then the Uso starts going back. You get Tyson Kidd. You get, I'll call him Gator, Titus O'Neil. You get him who tries to make a distraction in the match, but ends up eating a super kick by the Uso, and then you get them start going back and forth with each other, and then Uso gets a big Samoan splash onto Heath Slater and picks up the win there. So, okay match between them, nothing too big from that. After that, you get Lana and Rusev who start cutting a promo, and I actually like this promo from Lana. She starts talking about Nebraska, which is the city that they're in, and saying that they're supposed to be the heart of the homeland, the heart of the nation, but they're not that, and they're artificial, made in China, and they can't beat Russia and stuff like that. Then she also talks about how this ex-Olympic champion can't take on her boy Rusev. Then you get Mark Henry who comes out, and he basically, I love his style, the way he just, his promo right now is the best it's ever been. Just the way he goes at Lana and stuff like that, and he basically challenged her to a match at Night of Champions against Rusev and tells him that, why are you hiding behind this woman, letting this escort looking chick talk trash to you? Talk trash for you, and what you need to do is make the choice and fight me at TakeOver. So she accepts the choice for him, and they're going to have a match together. Then he basically says, I'm going to whoop your ass. So I like the promo between both of these two, and I think that this is one of the only matches that I'm actually interested in going into the Night of Champions. So after that, they hype up the season premiere Raw next week, which I don't understand why it's a season premiere when it's just a mid-episode in fucking September, so I don't know. But they're going to have Jerry Springer on there for some odd fucking reason. I don't know why, man. It's just stupid. So they also say Stephanie comes out in a promo segment and says that, well, she has a backstage promo segment. I think they're in Connecticut or whatever they do the promo segment. They did her promo segment for her, but she basically says that they're going to be a match at Night of Champions. And it's going to be a triple threat Divas match for the title. AJ Lee, Nikki, and Paige going against each other. And won't be surprised if they actually add Brie to this match on Monday. So yeah, that's what that is. And then you go into the Divas segment, and they have AJ Lee on commentary, and they just have Nikki just sitting there. She did cut a backstage promo earlier in the night, I think before this, where she says that, Brie's been all bullshit to her and whatever. I can care less about those two girls and everything that they do. So I thought AJ was pretty chill on commentary here. She didn't really get too much heat from the announcer team. They kind of stayed chill and didn't really go after her like they would usually do. But you get a match between Paige and Brie Bella. Brie has new intro music it's whatever. So the match itself was okay. You just had these two divas go at each other. It had a little bit more time than usual. Usually they'll just really quick a match, but since you have so many divas there and they are giving a lot of time to Brie and Nikki, you got a little bit more of a match than usual. They just went after each other. Then you get AJ, who gets pissed off that that Nikki's in the title match, so she gets off of commentary and just attacks Nikki after Nikki shoves her first. And then you get Brie, who actually comes down and pulls AJ off of her, and you have a big stare down with Nikki and Brie and AJ just looking on laughing. And then when she tries to get back in the ring, Paige picks her up, hits her with the rampage, and picks up the win from that. So, whatever match, I just like AJ on the commentary. I thought that she's the only one that can actually talk, and I like the fact that they didn't put Nikki on commentary with her. So, okay match from here is, Paige picks up the win over Brie. So after that, you get a match between Zack Ryder and Bo Dallas. Zack got a little bit of offense here, but Bo really quickly hits the Bulldog, picks up the win, starts cutting a promo about how the Americans been let down by Swagger and stuff, and that, the whole country has been let down by its own self, and that what they need to do is start Bo leaving. And he says, okay, everybody wants to stand up, put your hand over your heart, and just get ready to say Bo leave. But what happens is that Swagger comes out, runs to the ring. They start fighting back and forth with each other. Swagger gets the advantage, hits him with a slam and a kick. Then Bo rolls out of the ring, and you get Zeb, who comes in and says, "This is how you do it." Puts his hand over the heart, says, "We the people," and that's how you end that segment. Okay segment here. Not excited, but interested to see what they do with the match between these two. So after that, you get your main event 10-man tag match. And it's basically Big Show, Mark Henry starting off the match, taking out Seth Rollins, just basically beating up on everybody. Then he gets beat up on by himself, and they bring in, Jericho, and they bring in Roman Reigns, and they start going back and forth with everybody and stuff. I did like the character that Bray Wyatt was showing in this match. Every time they got a shot for him from the apron, he wasn't just standing there. He was always doing something interesting. They did get a lot of outside offense between these guys, and everybody's just going back and forth with each other and stuff like that. Just the characters and just all that stuff. The match ends with John Cena coming in, starts doing his 5 moves of doom, and then puts Seth Rollins into the STF. You get Luke Harper, who comes in, distracts that, and they start beating down on John Cena. The ref calls the match for them, just kept coming in, interfering. And then you get all the guys who start going after each other. A bunch of finishers are hidden by the faces. And then John Cena hits the AM to Seth Rollins, and the faces look strong after another big bunch of moves and stuff like that, and they pick up the win, or the advantage here from everything. So, okay match at the end with. The show itself was okay, nothing too big from it. It wasn't as bad as Raw, so I can most definitely say that, but it was an okay show, pretty average. I think the best thing from the show was most definitely the interaction between Mark Henry and Rusev. I did like that a lot. I think NXT was a lot better. It wasn't that much better, but I did like a lot more from NXT here. I would give NXT a C+, and I would give SmackDown a C. So, thank you for watching. Hit me up in the contacts down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.